In this short assignment, I'm going to teach you how to create a collage with 5 images. The first thing I did is I found 5 images that I wanted to use for this assignment. So I've got 5 pictures from the San Juan River trip that I just went on. And I have placed those on my desktop. I could put them in a folder if I wanted, and that might not be a smart way to be organized. So I could call this collage, and I could drag all 5 of my pictures into that folder. Now I have my collage folder, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open all 5 pictures up with Photoshop. So I can just drag those over to the Photoshop icon on my screen, and all 5 of those are going to open up. In Photoshop now, what I need to do is I need to make a new file. And it's going to come up as 8.5 by 11 with a 300 pixel per inch resolution. I'm going to click on create. And so now here is my collage canvas. It shows up as an untitled document, so I'm going to go ahead and say File, Save As, and I'm going to save this as collage.psd. Now I've saved that file and I'm ready to bring those pictures into my collage. So they're now all opened, and you have learned how to do some selection techniques. I'm just going to do some really basic ones here, but I'm going to select the rectangular marquee tool, and here is a picture of me and my friend Sarah playing horseshoes, and I'm going to do a rectangular selection, and I'm going to go up and say edit copy, and then I'm going to go over to my collage, and you can see I only have one layer in this document right now, and I'm going to do edit paste, and I'm going to paste that right on to my document. So now you can see that I have a background layer, and now I have layer 1, and I'm going to call this horseshoes. And I'm going to resize it as well. And so I should be able to grab a transform control, and I can hold my shift key down so it stays the same height and width. And now I have this little horseshoe picture up at the top. When I'm sure that's what I want to do, I can press the checkbox. And now I have horseshoes in the background of my collage. Now I'm going to go through that horseshoe picture and I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go to another image. This is a picture of my daughter. I'm going to make a circular marquee here, so I'm going to click and drag. While I'm clicking and dragging, if I hold my space bar down, I can move that selection around. And I'm going to take that circle right there. And this time, just to do something different, I'm going to cut it. It's going to go away. I'm going to go back to my collage and I'm going to paste it. So there's lots of different ways to do the same thing. And in here, if I grab my move tool and I have my transform controls, I can press the shift and I can click and resize that. And I can rename this one as Cora. And then I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. And I'm going to go to this one. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and do a just a magnetic lasso. And I'm going to just do Ada. And I don't expect your selections to be awesome here. The priority, and you can make them better than what I'm doing, but the priority for this is that you learn how to move multiple files into one Photoshop document. I will have another lab assignment that focuses on selection tools, but here is Ada, and I'm going to copy her, and I'm going to paste her. And then I'm going to go ahead and resize her like that. And this, her name is Ada, so now I have my background layer is not going to count for this, so you need to have 5 layers that you move into your document. So this is now 3, and I'm going to go ahead and close that out. And I'm going to go to this image, which is of our chairs, and for this one I just want a rectangular marquee tool, and I'm just going to do the chairs. And here I think I'm going to make it Oh, look at that, I just stretched them out. I don't really want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is copy this and go to my collage and paste it. With this one, I think I'm going to rotate these chairs just for fun. And I'm going to apply that, and I'm going to move them and put them down here like that. And I actually don't want to rotate them. I don't think they look very good. So I'll put them like this. And then this is going to be called chairs. And then with my layers, if I click on my Cora layer, I can move Cora and put her over here in the corner. If I click on Ada, I could have her popping out over here. And I'm going to move this one over here so that I have that, and I might make it a little bit bigger, like so. Oop. I let go of my shift key too early, so it didn't work. Okay, so I have one more layer I need to bring in. I'm going to X out of that. I'm not going to save it, and I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to use the lasso tool, and I'm going to cut these guys out. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to my collage, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to resize these sort of like that. And I think I'm going to grab this and call this Dads with Kids. Dads. And then I'm going to get that horseshoe layer, and I'm going to drag us up so we're a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to use that transform tool to make, well, maybe I'll do that like that. Actually, I think what I'll end up doing is moving the chairs up to the top. I'll move this down to the bottom, over a bit. Maybe we'll just pretend like Sarah's not in the picture anymore. We'll put Cora there. And we'll put Ada like that. And I think the background layer, I'm going to go ahead and double click on it, which can allow me to call this the background. And then the background becomes unlocked, which allows me to manipulate it. And I'm going to take my paint bucket tool, and I'm going to make it the color of the sand. And I'm going to fill in that background so that you can't really tell that I have any white space. So that's what my collage is going to look like. It is now finished. So I can do a file save, and now I've saved my Photoshop file, and then I can do a file export, and I can do save for web, which would allow me to put it up on my website. And I don't want it to be a GIF, I'm going to make it a JPEG, and I'm going to click on save. I'm going to save it in the same spot as my collage. So I'm going to call it collage JPEG, and I'm going to click on save. So now I have two files. I have my Photoshop file, which has named layers, and I also have my JPEG file. My Photoshop file I can put on my in the Dropbox, and my JPEG I can put onto my Google site. So if I go to my Google site and I do sites.google.com, I don't know where my sites are. I'm going to go to my drive because I created a site recently. Here's my digital imaging site. and I have a labs page, and on that labs page, I'm gonna take out this, I'm gonna call it collage. I'm gonna write a 1-sentence description. And then I am going to go over here and I have a collage and I'm going to drag it onto my page. So it's uploading that image and I can uncrop it. I can make it bigger. I can zoom in and I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. And that's it. So I'll put my name and then I can publish it.